I get a feeling from my attackers that it's that mentality. It's just, we're testing these weapons. This guy, we're going to make him look bad. We're going to hurt him. We're going to false flag him. We're going to make the community do things to him with the DHS Fusion Center's InfraGard. You know, and it's just a mission. You know, I get that feeling that they just don't give a fuck about human life, and they're really just doing a mission. I know there's probably a lot of satanic overtones to that, but you know, as a group, when they're in a group, they're acting like it's just a job or a military, like a military thing they're doing. Now that could be, you know, it could be surveillance role playing. You know, that may be what they want me to think about it all. But that's what it really feels like with the V2K, with their protocol, with certain lines that they, you know, sometimes don't cross. They don't go ahead and kill me. They just torture me horribly. So, you know, so you know, I'm editorializing it a lot, way too much. Let me continue here. I'm going to read this over. Professor Lin said, a minuscule, and this is a definition of the microwave hearing effect. A minuscule but rapid rise in tissue temperature resulting from the absorption of pulsed microwave energy creates a thermoelastic expansion of brain matter. Professor Lin suggests that the resulting acoustic wave may be perceived as sound, and the brain tissue damage seen in the diplomats could have been caused by a combination of heating and shock waves. While Professor Lin is unsure of what kind of device could cause this microwave auditory effect, he says development is always a possibility by some military-related organizations, and all targeted individuals know that, you know, and I just went over that, so I won't go over it again. But not everyone is so convinced by Professor Lin's theory. Now, this is a Professor Kenneth Foster speaking to New Science. It must be a magazine. Professor of bioengineering at the University of Pennsylvania. That theory is a real stretch, and this is somebody who may not know about directed energy weapons, may not know about the advancements, you know, made in society into that technology. But he says, you know, it would require something like a major airport radar transmitter with the subject's head close to the antenna and its direct beam. I guess it's possible, but not likely. And so he, you know, he's either propaganda, or he doesn't know about, you know, these remote platforms and how these signals can be sent from cell phone towers, from satellites, from drones, ground weapons, you know, from your neighbors. He doesn't understand how this technology has advanced. So he's thinking back to, oh, it'd take a major airport radar transmitter. But they've far advanced this stuff to where they can target individuals in their homes, and they do. And you know, all the military-industrial complexes, certain areas of them are doing that, and most, I guess you'd call them NATO countries or UN-related countries. I guess UN countries. Last week, a report issued by a board of Cuban scientists suggested that crickets are the unlikely culprits of the brain-changing sounds. While U.S. officials did not provide sound recordings to the scientists, Carlos Barcelo Perez, an environmental physicist at the National Institute of Hygiene, Epidemiology, and Microbiology, recorded evening sounds around the residences, according to the Science magazine. And I found, I am going to do a little bit of editorializing, I guess, here. I found that a lot of these science magazines and modern engineering magazines, they're very propaganda-based. You know, a lot of these agencies have really infiltrated, you know, mass media and a lot of these major magazines. You know, so they would probably, a lot of these magazines are going off into you know, the theory of it's a virus, or, you know, the crickets did it and stuff like that, to throw people off, to throw the public off. The recordings reveal that the biggest noisemakers were insects. In particular, he found that the Jamaican field cricket chirps at a frequency matching the sound on the recordings, which topped out at 74.6 decibels. Medical experts discovered changes in the brains of the U.S. and Canadian diplomats, which fueled growing skepticism that some kind of sonic weapon was involved. And so I want to show y'all a picture of this. The gray matter is the stuff like on top. The white matter closer to like the hippocampus and the actual spine right here. So you see the gray matter on the top, and then all these threads, all these things going to the gray matters, the white matter. Medical experts discovered changes in the brains of the U.S. and Canadian diplomats, which fueled growing skepticism that some kind of sonic weapon was involved, because a sonic weapon would be hitting the side of the head with sonics, and it really probably wouldn't change the interior of the brain so much. Medical testing revealed that embassy workers developed changes to the white matter tracks, and I've been over this a lot, but this is the part that that was added that is new. It's another expert that I had not heard about yet. Speaking to DailyMail.com, Dr. Joel Moskowitz. So Dr. Joel Moskowitz, we need to remember that name. A community health professor at the University of California, Berkeley, said, this makes me think the victims may have developed electromagnetic hypersensitivity, EHS, from exposure to electromagnetic fields in the embassy. So he didn't say, oh, I think they were hit with directed energy weapons, but we know that directed energy weapons, when shot at a target, or us, the survivors of this horrible crime, it is an electromagnetic fields. They're using electromagnetic fields. It's microwave, RF, many more, infrared, even X-ray, and they use a certain certain part of the electromagnetic spectrum with the directed energy weapon, with the remote platforms that they use to target us, and the ground weapons. This guy is looking at it, and he doesn't know about directed energy weapons, right? He probably doesn't know a lot about that. Dr. Joel Moskowitz, a community health professor at the University of California, Berkeley, said, this makes me think the victims, so he's talking about the damage to their brains, the white matter tracks, and he's saying, wow, okay, the damage makes me think the victims may have developed electromagnetic hypersensitivity from exposure to electromagnetic fields in the embassy. So without knowing, I'm just assuming, he may know all about directed energy weapons, but just an observation, a medical observation is what has happened to their brain. This is what happens when people are exposed to high electromagnetic fields. So it makes sense. This is a directed energy weapon attack. All targeted individuals know that. I know that, but we need to make the public aware of that. We need to make the public way more aware of that, and use this mainstream media news story and hit it hard, because I'll go over that later. But I do want to finish this. This happened during the Cold War to personnel stationed in the U.S. Embassy in Moscow when the Soviets were bombarding the embassy with microwaves to monitor oral communications in the ambassador's office. My attackers have dimmed my phone camera, so I'm having a hard time. They're just infesting everything. They just infest everything, while they just brutally sit there with beams on my back, and they're not content to just. I don't know what they'd be content with. They're murdering torturers, but it's they have to remote neural manipulate nerve pain all down my back or my neck, and then hit it with an external beam too to add to it. It's beyond. I've screamed out in my condo 4 times yesterday and today. It's so much pain I can't take it. I'll get through it. I'm doing fine, guys, so don't worry about me. But y'all know what I'm saying. It's just we've got to stop this. This is horrifying. The hit mystery may have finally been solved, blah, 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 crickets, yeah. Okay, loud, mysterious sounds followed by hearing loss and ear ringing had led investigators to suspect sonic attacks, but the Cuban report suggests that the sonic attacks were really just crickets. Doctors still don't know how victims ended up with the white matter changes, nor how exactly those changes might relate to their symptoms. The FBI is now planning its own investigation to confirm whether or not crickets were causing the sounds. I wonder how that investigation went, because I don't trust the FBI at all. I trust them to cover this all up. All right, guys. So, I just wanted to read that article, and I was, we've just got to keep getting the information out there. Go to Terry's website. He's got, some great new information on stopgangstalkingcrimes.com. Trying to stay as positive as possible. I know you guys are too. It's hard. I want to get on this. I really want to get on this video and be like, this is shit, and I hate everybody in my community for not helping me while I'm being murdered, and I hate my parent. And my parents helped me so much, but like Sunday morning I was visiting them, and they came into their condo in the place, and I was telling my mom, hey, the Cuban embassy workers, State Department workers got got this diffusion tensor imaging scan, and it showed that the white matter tracts of their brains had been damaged, and many experts are saying that this could only be caused by microwaves, by electromagnetic frequencies. My mom was like kind of talking to me about it, and she was like, okay, well, that I don't know if your insurance will cover that. And then my dad was like, hey, well, let's watch this, show. It was like a religious show on, Charles Stanley. And they just basically told me to shut up. I mean, I understand that. I wish they would talk to me about it more, because like I've really got to get that appointment scheduled. I still have to pay a back fee, so I'm gonna have to do it at the beginning of the month. But I'm really gonna do that, guys. And just I'm gonna let y'all know if insurance is gonna cover it or not. Kind of what I'm gonna have to do to get insurance to cover it, maybe. Then let y'all know. But I'm gonna really, even if insurance doesn't cover it, I'm gonna still find a way to get that test and put these articles like this in front of my psychiatrist and my neurologist and my parents. So then maybe I could get checked more thoroughly for implants in my jaw and my teeth. Get more help and search into this more, and have more people, or people more, I guess, understanding how serious this is. My parents do believe me. They understand that something is happening, that something is going on, but they still want me to get my mind off of it and just go on with my life. It's impossible. I mean, with 24-hour-a-day V2K, and they keep beams on my back. I mean, I can barely sit. One thing I have been doing that's been helping a lot is, there's this site right now. I'm reading the site right here. See, you can look up any comic book on the site. So I've been reading like some Superman comics, and been reading all the Walking Dead. I read like 150 something issues in a couple of days. So it's been kind of helping me a little bit, but my attackers are like freezing up the tablet while I read to to just keep me, keep me focused on them, keep me focused on the whole attack. Right now, it's just like my whole neck and back are burning. Alright, guys, I wanted to read this article to y'all. I mean, things are going okay. It's still a fight. I'll make another video soon, kind of giving y'all an update of what I'm doing. Alright, guys, I will talk to y'all on the next one. I hope you're doing as good as you can. I know we're not doing good, because this stuff is very difficult. It's very difficult, and you just want to scream at everybody that people are being murdered in their homes, but we've got to play it smart. So I'll see you guys on the next one. God is behind us, and I'm gonna try and take care of some things. Do my cleansing more, my cleansing baths, Epsom salt. And then the cleanse off of that with borax and palm olive with L-lactate. But alright, guys, I will talk to y'all on the next one. God is behind us. I love you guys, and I hope y'all are doing relatively well. I'll see you guys on the next one.